Hi, well, today I'm going to explain you about how we can create and inflate the HTML file as I have already worked with it, like just you can see with playground file last time I have already shown you. I'm going to explain you about those things again. So let's get started. This is my folder structure where you can see here there are three folders as usual, which I have already explained you. Now let's begin with the things which we required. So what I will do, I'll just open my Sublime text editor which is available here, and afterwards just I'll drag and drop this one. Now you can see the directory over here. In this directory I have three folders. One is assets, second CSS, and third JS. In JS folder I have two jQuery libraries, and in CSS folder nothing is there. I need to create a style.css, and likewise I need to create an index.html file to run the HTML file. So let's get started. So for that I'm going to create one index.html in playground 2. Just right click on that, new file, and Control S. I'll type it index.html. Then afterwards I'll create one style.css file in CSS directory. So here it is. I'll type it style.css, hit save. Afterwards I need to create a main.js file where I can write my JavaScript or jQuery. So here I'm gonna create on JS folder, just Control S, and I'll give name as main.js. So let's start writing some HTML code so that we can go ahead and can write, or we can inflate something like contacts. As I already have shown you, we are going to inflate those things. So here is my sample app. So afterwards what I will do, I'll just create three parts, three div tags. One is header container, second body container, and third is footer container. So let's get started with these things. So here there are two containers. The last one is footer container. So for this header container I'll give class name as header container, and then for another div I'll give as body container. Okay, the next third one I'm going to give name as class footer container. In header container we are going to store something like home, about us, something like that. If you are creating a content management website or something like company website, and the other contents like sliders or the different contents, body content, everything will be showing in this body container. Third is footer container. Footer container where we can write the other things, all right, reserved, like that, everything. Okay, so now here we need to link this style.css file as well as this all three jQuery files. For that what we can do, we can use some tags to link CSS. We're gonna use link tag, and I'll give name as I'll give the path, or I'll set the path css/style.css. Now the next thing, I need to connect this all three files. So what I will do, for connecting JS file we usually work with script tag, and instead of h-reference I'm going to give src and with the particular path. That's just like a jQuery Now I should start with the folder name, that is js slash jQuery underscore 1.7.2 dot min dot js. The next file is src jQuery UI 1.8.23 or 23 you can say dot custom dot min dot js. Done. Now let's check on the browser whether it works or not. Okay, this is my browser and I'll just open here, inspect it. Oh no, I should close this. I'll just right click and inspect it. Now in my network tab I'll just check whether it is loading or not. All three files are loading properly, but jQuery 1.8.23 is not loading. Why? The reason is the path is it is wrong. So what I have to do, I'll go back. I should add the JS folder. Let's go back to my browser. I'll refresh. Now it is connected. Done. The next thing what we need to do is I need to create an object. What we will do, we can create one object just like a WhatsApp. So what I will do, I'll just go here, I'll create one. Before that I can write something related to jQuery. I need to initiate the jQuery function. For that I'll use document dot ready then function. Then I'm gonna call a function init which is not available at present, so we need to create the function init. That's it. So next what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to create array with objects where I'm going to store some contacts of, I can take superheroes. So I'll write here where contacts, and I'll create one array. In that I'll add some 4 objects. You can add some extra also. I'm just going to add some 4 objects and terminating my array. So in each object I'm going to add ID, name, status and the profile pic. So let's get started. Here I'm going to add ID for identification, name, sorry, not my name, I'll add Superman, then status I'm going to add hi there, I am coming. Okay, you can write anything, no matter. Likewise I'm going to add something profile. Okay, so profile will be something like assets and slash superman.jpg. so I'm adding the path of the image which is not available at present, but later we can add those images over here with name superman.jpg and some other superheroes images. Okay, so next ID I'm going to next object I'm going to create another contact, that is ID to name. I'll give Iron Man. Okay, the next is the status. Status will be something like hi there, I am from stock industry. Okay, the third one I'm going to add something like profile. Okay, profile, I'm going to add Iron Man image asset path, Iron Man dot jpg. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm done with 2 contacts. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create, likewise I'm going to create some more, like 3 name. Okay, Spider-Man. Then the status. Okay, Spider-Man only I'll give. Then profile I'll give as assets slash spider dot jpg. Okay, the next fourth one I'm gonna add for name. Okay, we'll add Thor. Status, I'll add I am Thor. Okay, next I'll add profile, and I'll add assets slash profile dot jpg. Sorry, jpg. So we are done with our object. So the next thing is I'm going to inflate, or I'm going to fill this all thing in my HTML in this body container. So for that, what I'm going to do, first I'm going to create a card where I'm going to store each contact. For that, what I have to do, I have to create another div. One is parent div. Then in that I have to assign some, what I have to assign, I have to assign tags for storing, like what we call tags for storing name, status and image. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a card for it, that is class contact card. Okay, afterwards in that I'll write all the tags where I can store my name, status and profile. Just I'll create one h3 tag where I'm going to add name, and I'll assign some ID for it. ID equals to a name. Okay, then next I'm going to add status, so I'll add it in paragraph where I'm going to add status goes here. Okay, so the third one is image, where I'm going to add a sample image. Just like I'll give assets slash sample dot jpg, which is not existence, and I'll assign one ID for it, that is dp. Okay, so I have created one card. So I'll go back to my browser, I'll refresh it. You can see all things is inflating here. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just add some CSS for it. So I'll go and I'll just set the contact card, and for that First I'll write one CSS contact card. Inside in that I'll assign some width. I'll give 500 px, height 600 px. Okay, and then I'll give background as no, I don't like it, red. Okay, so I'll go back to my browser, I'll check. Oh, it's coming in proper way. So I think height is too much, so I'll just reduce it to 300 at present. Later we can see that one. So here, no, what I need to do, I need to inflate this name, status and image dynamically from JavaScript, where you can see here there are so many objects arrays are there. So what I will do now, before that I need to add some images over here so that I can inflate. Now in my playground folder I have already some images, so I'll copy this, not this one. I'll take this all images, which is superheroes images like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, something like that. I'll go back and I'll do one thing, I'll just add it in my playground to assets folder. Bingo. Okay, then now what I will do, I'll go back to my Sublime text editor. Here I'll just check whether I can load image statically or no. Just I'll add here spider.jpg and I'll go back to my browser, I'll refresh. Oh, it's coming fine. So it's working fine. So I can add here name, I can add here status, I can add the image over here in this particular card. Now what I will do, I'll just even I'll set one image size to 300 or something like that, so that it should be proper. Now height is, width is 500. So what I will do, even for image I'll give something id as dp, width I'll give 400 px. Okay, not bad. I'll go back, I'll refresh it. Now you can see it is coming inside this one. No, I just want 500. I'll go back, I'll refresh. I can see it is coming properly on this particular card. So now what I will do, I'll just go back to my index.html. Just this card you can see here, this is a card. That card I'll just copy and paste it again and again. Let me see how it works. Okay, I pasted so many times. I'll go back here, I'll refresh. Okay, you can see here my contents are loading like this way, and but name is coming here. Why? Just because image is too big. So I can reduce the size of this one to 450 and I'll give a margin to my this contact card. Now I'll see how exactly I'll get. Oh, it is not bad. Still I can make it out a better design. So I'll go back here and I'll assign image as 400 px and go back here and I'll check. Cool, now it is looking better. Okay, so now I just want to inflate, instead of this static values, I want to inflate the dynamic contents from JavaScript. So for that what I need to do, I'll go here, before this one I'll just delete this whole thing. I'll keep only one card which I'm going to use in my in my JavaScript browser, JavaScript file. So here I'll just write something. First I'll keep it here. For that I'll start my programming. Okay, so here I'll start writing something like, first what I need to do, I need to use var and what? Sorry, var element. You can give name elements. Inside that, I'll create a string. And what I will do in element, I'm going to store my contents just like this div first. I'll cut it and paste it here in string format. Then as you're seeing, I'm using assignment operator where I'm going to add all the values one by one, or you can tell we are concatenating the strings. So the next one I'm adding here, just cut it and paste it over here. Likewise, elements plus equals I'm going to add this one. And then this one. And then this one. So we added our complete contact card in this particular elements variable. Now I think this one is not required, so I'll just delete it and I'll give only this container. Now I'll go back to my main.js. I just want to inflate or fill this, or you can tell render this in this index.html inside the contact container like how it was earlier. So for that, what we need to do, we need to write only one thing, that is first, this is our jQuery syntax. We are assigning our ID. No, it is not ID. This is contact container. This is a class. So I'm going to connect that class dot, what is that, dot contact container dot contact container dot html, and I'm going to add that elements. I'll save it. Now I'll go and refresh. Nothing is coming. What's the problem? Let's inspect it and see here, no error. Well, that's fantastic. But what's the reason why it is not inflating? All are connected. Now go back to this body tag, in this one contact container. Why it is not inflating? What's the reason? Let's go back here and we'll see whether this one is proper or not. It is proper. I think it should be in double quotes. Let's check. Okay, now let's get back to this one. Refresh. Still it's not coming. What's the reason? Something is wrong. So before that, let me check whether I'm getting elements or no. No. I think, okay, we did not connect this main.js file over here. So for that reason it is not connecting. So what we will do, we'll just connect our main.js file. So here the source will be js/main.js. Okay, done. I'll save it. I'll go back here. I'll refresh now. Okay, bingo, it's coming. It's coming from JavaScript. So now you can see here it's coming. It's storing name, status goes here, and the static image. I want to store the images which is available with this array. So what I have to do, I need to use one thing is for loop, and another thing is I need to set the values over here. To do that, what we can do is we will write something like okay, we'll write one for loop, and that is better I think. I'll write here for I equals to 0, I less than, what's my variable name, that is contacts. So contacts dot length, which is inbuilt function, then I increment. So I'll open and close here. No, I'll close here only, open here, and I'll close here. And afterwards, what I will do, let me see whether it is working fine or no. I'll save it and I'll go back here, I'll refresh. Bingo, it's coming fine. 4 times it is coming, 1 2 3 4. So instead of giving static content, I'm going to write something which is available in this, contact. So what I will do, first I'll close this string. Okay, after that I'll concatenate my variable. I can see the color has changed, means this one is not a string now. So instead of this one, what I will do, I'll add my variable, that is contacts of I dot name. You can see here contacts, this is 0 index, or you can tell I values as per the looping concept. Then inside in that dot name, so it will print here name. Like that I'm going to add, okay, first I need to complete this one, so I'll add one more plus here, and again I didn't close this one, so I didn't open a tab for this, so I'll open, and here I'll close the string. This is a string, this is a variable, again this is a string. I'm concatenating
If we love the
all
game.
3 things. So next what I will do, likewise I'm going to add a status. You can see here, now I'll add 2 plus, then contacts of I dot status. Okay, the third thing, in source path I'm going to add my profile, contacts of I dot profile. Done. So now I'll save it, I'll go back to my browser, I'll refresh it. Cool, it's coming fine. Superman, hi there is coming, Iron Man, then Spider-Man. Thor, it's not loading because Thor image name is, it's Thor JPG. I have given name as something like profile JPG. Instead of that I'll give Thor JPG. I'll save it, I'll go back to my browser, I'll refresh. Okay, now you can see all images and names are loading. That's it. Thank you for watching and keep working on those things. Thank you.